Hey there, Nate from HeyLetsGoCaravanning here, and today I thought I'd just go over our Projecta system that runs our off-road caravan. First up, we've got our head unit, got our inverter, got our distribution panel slash fuse board, our batteries, our solar, and bits and pieces that I've found out over the last 2 months of using it. First up, we've got our heads-up display right next to our doorway. This is where we see everything regarding our caravan. So we've got our main power, so this turns the whole caravan on and off. We've got our lights, our water pump, and our bunk circuits. This is our charging information. So at the moment here, we're currently pulling in 73 watts of solar, and this is our screen of how we can see. Along here is our water tanks. So at the moment we're sitting at 73% on our main fresh, our secondary, and this is our grey water tank sensor. Along the bottom here we've got night mode, our inverter, so this tells us how much has been used, and this controls turns our inverter on and off. As you can see here, you can hear our system boosting up in the background. And here we've got, if we push this button here, this controls our AC mains. If the camera can focus on that. Not really, but it can. As you can see here, this is our main switch. So we can go from generator mode into mains. This is where we can control how fast the batteries recharge when we're plugged in, either on mains or in generator. What's the cool thing about this is when you're in generator mode, as you can see here, you can control how much charge is put back into the batteries. So if you're running a little generator, so say like a little one at home, you can only control, you only put in 1,000 watts, 1,500, all the way up to 4,000, 5,000 watts of power. Main reason you do this is it allows you to not blow up your generator. So at the moment we've got like a little 2,000 watt generator in our toolbox. So by doing this not overloads the generator and doesn't cook your batteries, because there's no point putting 5,000 watts back into your batteries if you don't need it. Then you just go confirm, back, and this is our system. And this button here does our circuits. So we've got, as you can read, so we've got water pump, bunk, outside power, TV, Wi-Fi, and all of our other circuits like so. So we've got 9 circuits that we can turn on and off. And here is our fault list. If we've got a problem with the system, it generates a fault code, and here's just our settings. So we can rename all the circuits. So e.g. say TV and Wi-Fi, we can change the logos and whatnot from there. Which is pretty cool. Right, under here, under our bed, pardon all of our mess. Under our bed is our heart of our system down here. So this is our Projecta inverter charger system. It's currently 3,000 watts. As you can hear it humming away in the background. Can't see much because it's very dark and tidy down there. And this is all of our wiring. These are our 2 outputs and our inputs from our batteries, which is pretty cool. Alright, shall we head outside and I'll show you our batteries. So our batteries are currently sit underneath the caravan, just under here in these 2 big boxes. Aussie rules, I believe, require lithium ion batteries to be mounted externally to the battery outside of the caravan due to fire risk. Alright, I'll open up boxes and show you what's inside. Now Here we go again, and this is what you can see with our batteries, with our battery compartments open. We've got two 120 amp hour lithium ion batteries mounted externally to our Caravan, as you can see here. Quite nice and tidy, quite low to the ground, but our Caravan's only semi off road, so we don't need massive ground clearance. I'll show you the other side if you want. Right, currently underneath the Caravan, as you can hear by my echo. Here's the other side of our batteries. They are power lithium 120 amp hour batteries, mounted in series, so correction, in parallel, to give us 240 amp hours of power and 12 volt. Not very tidy under here. And here at the moment we've got my generator all set up ready to go, just in case we go flat. We went flat a few weeks ago when it was pouring down with rain in Canterbury for a couple of weeks, and we bought this little generator down here. It's about a 2000 watt generator, but when I had it on the screen before, I can turn the inverter down to only accept 150 watt, 1500 watts, so we don't blow this generator up. And also the generator's got an overload circuit, so if I plug too much in and try and draw too much, the generator will just cut off. As you can see here, we've just got it set up ready to go from the circuit, just a standard 3-pin plug through to a circuit breaker, through our power cord like so, and then up into the Caravan. Like I said, this is only when we go flat, or if it's raining like it is right now. We need a bit of a boost just to keep the Caravan running. As you can see, I'm currently looking at the back of the Caravan, and we've currently got 3 lots of 200 watt solar panels, all connected together to give us 600 watts. In the future we might look at upgrading them to 250s, or even putting a couple more panels up here. But as you can see, it's very cramped up here already with vents and aerials and whatnot already up here. Alright, sure, I'll take you inside and I'll show you what else we've got inside. Now we're back inside. As you can see, I'm back underneath the bed with our inverter currently humming away under our bed. And I'll also like to show you inside this cabinet here is the other half of our, think of this as like our fuse panel. So we've got, this is our control for our hot water, so just turn it off and turn it back on again. This is the switches for our AC and hot waters when we're on 230 volt, and main circuit breaker for our charging system. And then in here is our fuses for our bits and pieces. This is also our DC-DC charger, so when we're charging, when we're towing the Caravan and plugged into the car, we can also put in 30 amps back into the batteries while we're driving along. And this panel here is our accelerators controller. This controls all of our circuits, so this is all where it's all fused. One of the systems I love about the Projecta system is when you've got the inverter on, as you can see here, we're currently drawing about 6 watts of power. That's just with me talking and with all the lights running in the Caravan. Now if I go over here and turn the coffee machine on, give it a second, the inverter will start charging, and see, we can see that now we're pulling up to 56% of the inverter's power in order to make me a coffee. As you can see there, it's currently warming up. Now, some of the things you've got to be aware of when you're running on an inverter is what I had to learn the hard way, but first thing in the morning, if I'm making my breakfast and trying to make a coffee, if I've got the coffee machine running, there's not enough power to run the microwave at the same time. So you've got to prioritise which heating system you got on at once. I learned that the hard way one morning when the Caravan actually completely shut down. When I overloaded the inverter, it completely shut down the whole system and plunged the Caravan into darkness. And I looked up on the screen here and it said overload detected, and it just shut the whole system down. So it made it super safe and didn't fry any of our electronics. So yeah, you can see how much you're drawing as you go. Now, probably some of the cons of the system that we've discovered. As I said just before, it is real easy to overload the system with the 240 volts, with the coffee machine, the microwave, jug. Anything that uses a heating element, it can quickly overload the system. So you just got to prioritise. Something else I find that's probably a bad thing about this system is it is very big, and it does use a lot of space underneath our bed that we could use for storage of other things. And there's always a weight penalty for having that much power available. But overall, really love the system. Something else that we also love about the Projecta system is that it's Bluetooth enabled. So when we're in bed and can't be bothered getting out, we can simply look at our app, which also talks directly to the screen. So 71. So I can control all systems through here. So I can turn the water pump on and off. As you can see, clicks here. Our bunk bed lights, and even turn the inverter on and off, like so. Super handy when you just can't be bothered getting out of bed anymore, and you can turn the whole Caravan off from your bed and your Bluetooth. Now, would we buy the system again? Probably. It's given us the convenience of having a microwave, a coffee machine, a TV, charging laptops and phones, all that stuff that we would have in a house easily. Now, if you've got any questions or comments, just let us know. And if you've got any other questions about the Projecta system, just flick us a comment and I'll get back to you. Alright, catch you in the next one. Bye.